Hi, my name is Vikram Vuppala. I'm the founder and CEO of Nephroplus, Dialysis Network. Uh, Today I'm going to talk about the Dialysis Olympiad that we are conducting on October 29th at Thyagraj Stadium in New Delhi. And this is the event which got started 2 years back in Hyderabad, where we did the inaugural Dialysis Olympiad. And we saw about 500 patients on dialysis. I would like to call them people on dialysis, come and participate in track and field events. And the whole motto is to enable people on dialysis to lead a normal life. The problem is in India, whenever a doctor sees a patient coming with kidney failure, they think it's the end of life or another 6 months to an year of survival. But the reality is people on dialysis can lead a very long, happy and productive life, which is the mission and the vision of Nephroplus. And when we did this event about 2 years back in Hyderabad, the response from the people from all over the country who came to participate in this Olympiad was unbelievable. Uh, Whenever a patient sees another 400, 500, 600 other patients also participating in track and field events, it really energizes them, inspires them, and makes them believe that it's not just them who are facing this kidney disease problem, but there are scores of other people across the country who have uh, similar disease burden, similar problems, similar issues that they need to face. And when they see the energy, the positivity, uh, the activity that this dialysis Olympiad creates, it's very infectious, and people are really inspired and energized for a long time to come. We conceptualized this Dialysis Olympiad about 3 years back, and what's interesting to know is there are various Olympic style events for various disease patient population, but there is none in the world which focuses on people on dialysis. And Kamal, who is the co-founder of Nephroplus, he's himself on dialysis for 20 years, and he swims till date every morning at 6:30. And Kamal's belief is like people on dialysis should lead a normal life just like everybody else. It's like going to the gym 3 times a week, just that it's a slightly different life. You are coming to a dialysis center 3 times a week, 4 hours each time, but you watch TV, you sleep for an hour, you talk to the staff for few minutes, and then move on with your life. It's not sympathy but empathy with the people on dialysis. And just like Hyderabad Olympiad this year, October 29th, which we are doing in Delhi, we are going to have 8 track and field events, including badminton, including running, fast walking, cycling, uh, table tennis, the 8 events which are going to be held. Of course, we'll have a full-blown medical response team, and we are going to pre-screen each and every participant to make sure they're in a condition which will allow them to participate. These we are expecting 500 to 750 patients from across the country. So about a big chunk, 70% of the people will be from the North India, about 300-kilometer radius. But we are also working with dialysis centers across the country to make sure that if they have active patients in that particular zone, for example, about 4 to 5 patients from Kerala also registered already for this Dialysis Olympiad, about 15 from Pune in Maharashtra, about 10 odd from Mumbai, about 5 odd from Kolkata are coming for this event who have already registered. So this is truly a way to energize people, to make sure that they also believe that they have the will to win, that they can lead a normal life on dialysis. Dialysis is a solution to kidney failure problem. That's the way it needs to be seen. And when 500 to 1,000 patients from across the country congregate and compete, and when they get the medals, gold, silver and bronze medals, this is truly, we create a podium with the Olympic style medal receiving area. We give them a certificate of participation. There are talks from the nephrologists, from the transplant surgeons. This is truly an energizing event, and it's one of a kind. Nowhere in the world is a Dialysis Olympiad conducted, and Nephroplus is basically, it ties in with the mission of redefining dialysis care in the entire country. The impact will be humongous in terms of just the misconception of people on dialysis being able to survive for only 6 to 12 months to people on dialysis can actually compete with each other and in track and field, and they have the will to win. The misconception that it's a death sentence to leading a normal life on dialysis, that impact is going to be huge. While only about 1,000 people participate in this event, these people from across the country who come and participate, they're going to carry these stories, this participation to their home cities, and they are going to talk about this Olympiad, and that's going to re-energize the people in their dialysis centers. So we believe that about 30 to 40,000 people on dialysis will in some form or manner hear about the Olympiad, see the pictures, because we are going to do viral campaign on Facebook and WhatsApp, and this is going to be streamed live on Facebook as well. So the impact it's going to create not only on the 30-40,000 patients, but also the doctors in this field in the area of nephrology. For example, many doctors 5 years back wouldn't encourage their patients to travel because they were afraid of infections, they were afraid of which technician is going to do dialysis for them. But with Nephroplus now being in 80 cities across 122 centers, that the doctors are getting more comfortable to let their patients travel across the country. So it's also going to make an impact on the doctors to believe that the patients can actually travel, the patients can actually participate in sports activities. It's changing the mindset of the doctors as well. So right from the 30-40,000 patients, 1,000, 1,500 doctors, it's going to make a huge impact in the entire ecosystem, Shahid. So the challenge is, again, the affordability in India is a huge challenge. The government has started working on a PPP model, wherein we actually work with the Andhra Pradesh government, Uttarakhand government, and few coal companies across the country, few ESI government hospitals across the country, where Nephroplus runs the dialysis centers inside government hospital premises. We manage it end to end, and the government pays us, or the authority from the government side pays us a per treatment price. Now, while it has started, even today, only about 12.5 to 13% of the patients who actually need dialysis get dialysis today. And just to imagine that 87.5% of the people who have kidney failure are even today in the 21st century are dying in India is a huge challenge according to me. And I think both the doctors, the entities like Nephroplus, the government, everyone has to step up to increase affordability in this space, and that's going to come with scale, that's going to come with innovations in access model, that's going to come up with dialysis being available, accessible in tier 3, tier 4 cities versus only in the metros or the big cities phenomenon. And the challenge, I think government has a huge burden because not many people can afford 15 to 20,000, 25,000 per month burden that dialysis entails. And I think while the government has started work, the government should also focus on how to ensure quality when they are partnering with private service providers in ramping up these PPP initiatives. The challenge is also from a patient's perspective, having the will to get the treatment done, having the will to travel to a dialysis center and making sure they lead a normal life, having the energy to continue to work even if it's part-time, to make sure they don't become an economic burden on their families. The patient's mindset also has to change, which I see as a big challenge.